Right, everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, back to a Friday stream. I'll be on to about 11:30, so it'll be 2 hour. This is the standard times now, if anyone wondered. If you haven't seen these for a while, it is 9:30 to 11:30 now. 3 hours is getting a bit too much for me. Yeah, that's it really. Don't forget to like the stream as you join and all that. You know, chat about most things, have a laugh, chat to your friends, you know what I mean? Yeah. If you ever want to support this channel, I've got a Patreon account and you'll get your name on, if you want to work it out, there for $1 or more, and you get lots of stuff on there that you can do. And also, if you shop at GearBest, Amazon or eBay, use my links and you'll get a percentage of, I get a percentage of what you spend at no cost to you. So you can support me that way just by doing shopping, basically. So I'll go over to the comments now, see who's on. Dead Not Z, you right, mate? You seem to be the only one on at the minute. Do the pop-out chat. What you been at? Anything? I ain't done a lot today, really. What are you laughing at? What did I do? Cook the dinner. Rudolph. I ain't gonna start drinking my coffee yet, actually. Irish man. You right, mate? Yeah, not much, not much. I've just been I've done a lot today, really. As I said, cook the dinner and watch the film. That's about it. Other sort of normal crap, you know what I mean? They're not decent. I just watched Richard Wattensmith video. Funny thing is, so did I. What are you like lolling about? What's making you laugh? He said lol. No, actually, telling you might lol. Oh, I get you. Yeah, I thought you were laughing at something as well then. I'm trying this on a new setting, ultra low latency, which is supposed to be better for should be less delay. I don't know if it's working or not. Logan, you right, mate? X-Ray Zulu, all right? David, you right, mate? Irishman, I'll turn this around a bit. Irishman, I'm dying with the flu. I don't know I could produce so much snot. I'll tell you what, I fucking hate the flu and colds and that. Luckily, I hadn't had one for ages, and the last one that was about, I managed to avoid it. Liam, having stuff, you right, mate? Good to see you on. Firewolf, all right? And Double Sabu, all right? And Richard's on now. He was just talking about you, Rich. I tried that test I was talking to you about earlier, Liam. It sort of worked. I deleted it in the end. I was going to try and run my PlayStation 3 and then possibly anything that will do the RGB leads, or whatever it's called, on my computer and stream it on Twitch, that would then mean PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox, all that. And it sort of worked. I couldn't use OBS. OBS won't work with my computer, it's too old. Unless I downloaded a load of stuff and it said I had to do it myself. So it was a bit, I just thought I'd use the other thing they had. They had 3 options. And also I'm doing it on this thing, which is a cheap, I think it was $6. Sort of capture card, video DVR. So the video quality is really bad. But it sort of worked. The only thing is I couldn't get it was either it would pick up the mic and not the game, or the game and not the mic. So I don't know. Anyway, it was a test and it sort of worked. So who else is on? CJ, Jim, Matt, and Peachinator. You got in from work, have you? Yeah, I'm all right. He said, the vid made me wonder, if you test penetration with the target resting it's a hard backstop, it seems to make penetrating harder. Yeah, well, I think it... Yeah, I think that is true. I don't know, saying that. I don't know. What you'd have to do is do all of those tests. Do all of the same tests on different backstops, you know what I mean? I always do the softer backstop to make it more realistic to what a person would be. As you know, it's a bit soft. But yeah, I suppose a harder backstop would make it harder, wouldn't it? Purely because it won't go through, really, I suppose, isn't it? But I know what you mean. I always like to test it on something that has a little bit of give. We're on about your tests now, Rich, if you wondered. Kyle the Dalek said, is it true that the weapons bill got stopped like all of them? I don't think it's been stopped as far as I know. I think it just hasn't gone, like, hasn't been spoken about yet. And there's a bloke below you, 2 comments down, Jumper Sabu. He's quite good at knowing about these things. He knows where to find the details when you need it quickly. I'm sure he would have told me if it had been stopped. Then he said maybe the harder backstop might be reinforcing the target. Could be. How could we use that in the real world? Putting something harder underneath the armor, I suppose. Might work. You know, might make a difference. Might make you feel it less, but then would you feel something hard against you constantly? You know what I mean? That's what she said. Might as well say that before someone else does. Jumbo Sabu said, my missus won't let me watch penetration videos with hard backstops. Matt said, any progress on the red helmet? No, still over there. What's this video playing for you lots? As I said, I've put this on at ultra low latency, so it might be a lot less of a delay, but I don't know if it plays any good anyway, like that. David said he knows more about the techno than me. What was you on about there, David? I don't know. Anyway. Number 7 said, Mike, yeah, I've heard nothing as of yet, mate. We'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed it's kicked into long grass. Yeah, that's what we all want, isn't it? I don't know. I reckon it won't be. I reckon they'll do it. Who knows, though? David said that is really what she said. Tell you what I have been doing. I've been watching that fucking who's ever heard of the West Memphis Free? If you don't know about the West Memphis Free, look this up on YouTube. About these three teenagers who was convicted and sentenced to life and to death for some murders they didn't do. It's really, really interesting. I think a lot of people have said, if you've ever watched Making of a Murderer, supposedly some people reckon it's probably better than that. And I think I've watched a lot of documentaries. This is probably the best documentary I've ever watched. And the most bizarre. Everyone in it are complete freak shows. It was quite old though. It was 1993 it started, the first one. There's 3 of them, and then Peter Jackson did one. So it was 1994 happened in 1993. So it was 94, 97 and 2004, something like that. And then 2011. The 4 documentaries about them and the progress that was going on and all that. Pete said, look at the new Boca Plus Subcon friction folder. All right, I'll have a look on my phone, mate. All right, hang on. What was it called? Boca Plus Subcon friction folder. Said that wrong. Boca Plus Subcon friction folder. Right, just getting some pictures up. Jim said, I have issues getting notifications for your videos other than your live, mate. Obviously a sub and a bell. I don't know. Weird, isn't it? The only thing I could say, if any of you definitely want to know whenever I'm doing a video, follow me on Twitter. I know that means I have to do Twitter and that, but if you're on Twitter and you follow me on there, every single time I upload a video, it gets tweeted. I don't do any other tweeting stuff, but it'll go on there if you want to. That's pretty much the only way I could guarantee that you'd get a notification, really, using some other fucking service. Yeah, it makes you laugh, doesn't it? Yeah, to make sure you get notifications, you have to use Twitter. Richard said, looking on blades and bows, the bayonets have come down from 50. They come down to 50. They were usually 100. That's good. Things that were just got my S-Tech folding cleave. Oh, nice, you got that then. That's good. I saw an article saying the drugs gang members are now wearing stab-proof vests. Won't be long before criminals have them, I reckon. Yeah. Well, I think they always have worn them, haven't they? But it's not been a massive thing, like known thing. Because I would wear one if I was in any situation where I get stabbed. I'd wear some kind of protection. I said, just watch Rich's video. That was a Kevlar panel with the chainmail, Rich, or just I think he said it had the I'm not absolutely sure. Yeah, it was the chainmail one. I thought I heard him say that. Irishman says, sent to prison for a crime they didn't commit. Did they become the A team? Well, they became the West Memphis 3. Richard said that Kevlar was with the chainmail on the front. David said, what is the max blade length you can carry in the UK? Legal carry is 3 inches, but that can also be a 3-inch cutting edge. So if you've got a really curved blade, make sure it's under 3 inches long, but also has a less than 3-inch cutting edge. That's all I can say, really. Extra Jew said, wrongful hanging. Yeah, Derek Bentley. Yeah, I know. Yeah, about Derek Bentley. Yeah, that was tragic, demented, horrible thing. Yeah. Derek Bentley is why I would say you shouldn't ever bring the death penalty back, personally. Bush said, why is it when I watch pro-gun YouTube vid there will be anti-gun ad beforehand? Oh, I never noticed that. I've said, at Richard Smith, I'll have to watch out for Spearman then, as they can obviously get through my vest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you see, well, you know what to avoid now, didn't you? Kyle said, Baskin is saying that the bill has been stopped or part of it has. Oh, yeah, that's probably, I'll tell you what that is then. What I reckon that is, Kyle, that's the bit I mentioned the other day. That's the bit about the 18, about 2 days ago, they was going to discuss the bit about under 18s not being able to shoot on private land. I'd assume it was that bit of the bill that's been chucked out. That's the bit that no one knows anything about. Yeah, I would assume it's that air rifle one, personally. You said, lol, 18, a cat team. Or I said, I have 2 new vids up with my Slingshot channel, another on my Pigsticker channel. I watched that because I subbed to your Pigsticker channel. Features 3-inch folding, non-locking at longest. Yeah, I forget to do all the details. Yeah, there's a good film with Christopher Eccleston that's about hanging called Let Him Have It. Yeah, we was made to watch Let Him Have It at school. And yeah, I'll never forget that. I've got Let Him Have It on DVD because I do really like that, and I really like Christopher Eccleston as an actor as well. Yeah, that's what made me. Yeah, they showed us Let Him Have It at school. Nico said, what is the draw weight on that crossbow? That's 150. The next one along is 80. The next one along is supposed 80, but it's not. And then the one down the far end is 175. And the one down there, if you can see the top of it, is about 40. I wasn't quite out of the way. So whichever one you mean. Richard said, don't know if you could see, but I don't know how you pronounce that word, Rich. I'm going to say Alphys, knowing it's wrong. Polearm got through the panel. There wasn't any resistance once the tip got through. No, well, actually, I'll have to rewatch that. Yeah, I didn't notice. But I know you did show it, but I didn't notice how deep it went in. Number Taboo said, I have, Mike. In the last few weeks, anti-gun ad on Pro-Gun SRS Power Channel. Ah, right, yeah. I ain't watched many of his videos lately, or any of them kind of videos. I tend to not subscribe to a lot of actual gun channels now. And when I do, I tend not to watch them either. I don't know, it's not what I'm into at the minute. Matt said, Hold the Dark on Netflix recently. How did the fucking ace, Mike? You'd like it. What's that? Hold the Dark? All right. Check that out. David said, if I ever shot someone, I would get really pissed off if it didn't say hello to... I didn't say hello to my little friend. Yeah, exactly. Iceman said, we were made to watch the Emerald Forest in school. We enjoy it. Lots of bear tips. Nice. Best thing I ever got shown at school was one of the... I think it was like a 1970s Macbeth. And that had loads of, like, really lots of blood in that. And, yeah. Since then, I've always loved Macbeth. And I'll watch any Macbeth film. Yeah, love a bit of Macbeth. Because I love the prophecy story of it and the sort of, you know, and then killing everyone and just going mental. They're mad, aren't they? Or I said, my new cleaver has a tough liner lock with a ball bearing gravity release. Nice. Rick, you right, mate? I've said, so anti-gun people helping fund gun channels. He said, lucky you, when I was at school, all we got was having to read, what's that, Canary Row. Oh yeah, Mice of Men. Well, they made us watch a film of Mice and Men. That's what they do now. Instead of making you read it, they make you fucking watch a film of it. Very awful books, the pair of them. Was that the Flansky Macbeth with the proper sword fight needed? Do you know what, Liam? I'm not actually sure. I've never fully been aware of what one it was. I just assumed from how it looked it was the 70s. It may have been slightly before, it may have been after. I'll have to go and I'll have to look through some and see if I can find out which one it was. It may have been that one though, but it was extremely bloody. I remember that. And this would have been in 1995, so it was anything previous to that. So it wouldn't be too hard to work out. I doubt. It didn't look really old, and it was definitely like 90s. Sabu said, Mike, he's getting a tad political, though he's writing what he says on the gun rights. Maybe that's what this is happening. Oh yeah, you know, I like Sam. He's a good bloke, but yeah, it's just you know, political stuff and just gun stuff in general. Sometimes doesn't do nothing for me at the minute because it's like being teased, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Teased with something you can't have. Hex said guns are bad. They kill more people than curry farts. Actually, it's the best thing I got shown at school was the expulsion form. Oh, and misread snatch. Sake. Pete said, I liked it when I liked that new Romeo and Juliet just because of the unique guns. Yeah, that was the, I'm assuming that's the, Leonardo DiCaprio one. I've never seen that. I've seen bits of it though, but some, like people your age, because some of my relatives must be about your age and they've seen that at school. That one, and they reckon it was good. I said my favourite Shakespeare film is Richard III with Ian McKellen in and a few other famous people set in a fascist Britain. I might have seen some of that. I'll tell you what, there's some good Macbeths as well. There's a Macbeth set in World War II times. That's a good one. With Patrick Stewart as Macbeth. Yeah, I like and there's a really, really good Macbeth with Sean Penn. Not Sean Penn. Sean fucking Pertwee. Not Sean Penn. I don't really like Sean Penn, actually. Sean Pertwee as Macbeth. And that is set in modern times, in a modern war. So he's going around in, you know, British camouflage, you know, British camo uniform, like an actual British soldier, you know. Yeah. Sean Pertwee, not Sean Penn. Things like where I said you could put a link up to my pig sticker channel. Ask Liam, could you stick a thing? I will do it, but I have to stop reading the stuff. Liam, would you be able to get a link to Slingshot's pig sticker channel if you can find it and put it on here for me, please? If not, Slingshot Warrior, I'll do it tomorrow. Or if I get a lull in the comments, I'll quickly go and do it. I will do it, or if Liam, because I don't know if he'll be able to find it. Yeah, the thing is, you got to look for it. Rick said, we switched labels in workshop, in the wood shop, on VHS safety tapes to hardcore porn. Should have seen the teacher shit bricks. Yeah, that would have been good, actually. That would have been funny. Kern said, tell me about the rabbits, Jaws. Yeah, that's Of Mice and Men, isn't it? Tony, right, mate? Jumpside Bruce said, we had the look and read The Boy from Space and Dead for Zachary. Never heard of either of them. Irishman said, yeah, weapons off Richard III. I don't really know the Richard III story, you know. Richard II said, we had the cane slipper and the ruler. But we did get free milk. Well, I got the free milk, I think, or it was just took away. And I was of the generation just after they stopped the cane and that. The funny thing is, Liam, I struggled to find it as well. That's why when I was saying I thought you might not be able to find it, I tried to find it originally and struggled. Slingshot Warrior, write down your name exactly how it is on the Pig Sticker channel. Where am I? Pete said Sean Bean. No, it was Sean Pertwee. I like Sean Bean. I don't like Sean Penn. But I like Sean Pertwee. Sean Pertwee, as in John Pertwee, the Doctor Who, his son. It's on there now, Slingshot Warrior. He's put it on there, just above you. Kern said, is that film supposed to be an alternative timeline with Mosley as Prime Minister or something like that? Yeah, Robin Hood and King Arthur. I really like King Arthur. And Robin Hood, actually. But yeah, King Arthur stories are really good mythical things. My favourite story ever is The Dark Tower, Stephen King's The Dark Tower, and that is heavily influenced by King Arthur. And in The Dark Tower, he is descended from their world's version of King Arthur. Yeah, there is Slingshot Warrior's Pig Sticker channel. Kern said someone in my class once got a gullible teacher to look up porn. He says Slingshot Warrior Excalibur is a good film. Very inaccurate historically, of course, but still good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, corporal punishment. I'm the age where they just stopped that. I was in a weird age where a lot of things had just changed. So I also learned Imperial and Metric. See, a lot of people don't know it. They only know one, whereas I can do most things in both because they were still, you know. And I'm at the age where I know a lot of people. All the people I worked with knew whatever it was, Imperial. The only things in Imperial I don't know is some of the weights are a bit confusing. Oh, yards. Never learned anything in yards, but feet and that and inches, yeah, I can do all that. When I said no, it's just they did a very fascist aesthetic to an Art Deco Britain. Saren, all right? If that's how you say your name, sorry if I said that wrong. I like Krull. I've never seen Krull, but I know of it. That has got matey from Pat Roach in it. I think Krull has Pat Roach in it. The bloke who stars in all the Indiana Jones films and that. Lots of films as a baddie. But you never know it's him because he's either got a mask on or something. Or doesn't know, he's got caned a few times. Cane to me means stone. Prep for it said me too. I was taught inches and feet. Then taught metric. Yeah, you must. Yeah. How old are you then? You must be about the same age as me, I'd assume. Karen said 1 yard, 3 feet. Yeah. Well, funny thing is, I know it now, but oh, you're a bit older than me then. That's yeah. I'm 38. Things also, they don't make fancy films like that anymore. Yeah, that's true. They don't. I like the old practical effects. It was a lot better. Oh, Rob, I didn't see you on, mate. All right. Bullfrogs are 24 Carlsberg, 16 quid. Not the nicest lager, but fuck, guess the weight loss might suffer, but still a bag. Yeah, that's good. That is good. Yeah. 16 quid, 24 cans, even if they're the smaller ones or the bottles. That's still all right. Rick said Game of Thrones has redheads. I said Excalibur is good, but anything with Helen Mirren is good. I held the door open for her in a shop one time and she smiled and thanked me. I think I went straight home to masturbate. That's Brett said he was 49. I'm 38, yeah, we were saying. I said, what's Pale Rider today on recommendation? Thought it was good, but I'm sure I've seen it before. Which one's Pale Rider? Is that the one where is that where their mate's digging up the gold? Is that one? I sometimes get a bit mistaken if I haven't looked at recently. Metric said Imperial Metric fading it in by time I left, but the metric system will never catch on. I used to have 9 inches, but only converted, I lost 5 inches. Right, should be back. So let me know when you can see me. Irishman said, thank God I thought I was banned for saying masturbating. No, I don't know what that was. Unless the fucking wires come out again or something. It is playing up on mine here, so I don't know what it is. I had noticed, I was probably talking for about fucking 3 minutes with nothing fucking coming through. Rob said he's hiding behind the settee and turned the lights off. Debt collector at the door. Yeah, I say it should be all right. I cannot fucking guarantee now because I assume that would have been all right in the fucking first place. But yeah, I've unplugged the wire and put it back in. Maybe it was a bit loose. I said, but yeah, Pale Rider is the film where Clint shoots up the gold mine of baddies. I don't know if you heard me say. I said, yeah, that is the one I thought it was. Yeah, I sometimes get mixed up with some of the, I say more modern ones, like the 90s ones, yeah. Yeah, I've got it on DVD. Yeah. Yeah. What's the one where he paints the town red? Literally paints the town red. Bullfrog said, Mike, I'd like to donate you 8 of these beers through the internet. And Peter down one little pipe, you can just pour it down, and I could just stand there like that. Lovely. I can't drink beer. I don't really drink beer now, sadly. If it was bottles of vodka, then Richard said, did Power Rider have a really tall guy in it? I think he was also in Straw Dogs. Yeah, not sure. I've said, yeah, maybe it was really similar to Open Range. Then it was his High Plains Drifter. Yeah. Which one was Liam? That's the one Liam was on about there, wasn't it? Oh, Power Rider. That's what, yeah, that's what I mean. There's a couple of the Clint Eastwood ones that are quite all of the same era, pretty similar, and I sometimes get them mixed up. You know, and then you got the Outlaw Josie Wales. Like, there's bits in them that could be in each of them. I've got quite a few of the Clint Eastwood westerns on DVD because I do like them. By the way, if anyone wrote any comments when that bit was fucking up, just put them on. Number Sabu said, painted the town red. It's got to be that sci-fi horror called The Blob, on The Blob. The Blob's good, though, isn't it? I've never seen the original Blob, though. But I really, really like the 1980s Blob. I think it's great. It was his conversion to Imperial Metric. European law was inevitable as soon as World War II ended on mainland Europe, moving to Korea. So-called winning the war cost us our empire and nation alike. Don Lloyd said, did you check out Nigel Chemist? I can't remember you mentioning that. So, no, sad I haven't, mate, but only because I can't remember you actually mentioning it. Or was that meant to say something else? Richard Smith said, Hang Them High was one where he comes back from the... Yeah, I've seen that one. Has he got the... Has he got a scar on his neck from being sort of hung, hasn't he? Old Frog said, body fat analyzer scales are shit. Told me I was 24% fat. The other told me I was 20. After doing research, they were a load of crap. But I think stick to just weighing myself on them. Yeah, probably the easiest thing to do, wouldn't it? I never trust half them things anyway. I reckon half the scales are wrong, but you just always just use the same one. Just to at least be a bit accurate, you know what I mean? I've said, one of the few films where the remake beats the original. Yeah. It is quite rare for a remake to be better than the originals, but there are some, isn't there? Don Lloyd said, Ninja Chemist. I'll write it down again, mate. I can't remember that, sadly. I don't know where I've, I must have, I don't know. Just glossed over that in my mind. But I've written that down now. Ninja Chemist. So I will check that out eventually. Number Salvo said, I'm a feet in inches, man, but I've no idea what a yard is. No, that's what I was saying. I've always, a yard for me, and then someone will always just say, what someone did earlier, 3 feet. Yeah. Irishman said, remakes are usually crap. They are. They are usually crap. I can only really think of possibly 1 or 2, maybe 3 off the top of my head, but there ain't many that are better. And that would be The Thing, and The Blob's good. Yeah, The Thing is technically a remake of The Thing from Another World, isn't it? Right, where am I? Don said, Mad Pyro Dude. I'll look it up, mate, definitely. Tony said, whose idea was it to change the metric and why? If you scroll up a bit, I think X-Ray Zulu's answered you there, Tony. Remember, I've said best way to determine body fat is calipers. That's what they used to do in school. Memphis said the Blob. The original Blob, yeah, Steve McQueen, I think was his first movie. Might have been. Yeah, I've never seen it, but I knew he was in it. Lewis said, "Look up how to measure yards through the wiki." Oh, I know, I trust you. It's just 3 feet, isn't it? He says, "I've never really done it." Rob said, "I know you like Stephen King. What do you think of Dreamcatcher?" All right, it's not the best one of his films. I've never read the book to it, but I thought it was all right. Don said, "Mad, what's on the net?" Yeah, exactly. Lewis said, "Has anyone seen Rose Red?" Yes, mate. I've got Rose Red on DVD. Get it down for you. I won't fall off my fucking chair. Swiveling chair. Oh, yeah. Come on. There's probably only 3 Stephen King films I've not seen. Rick said remake of Westworld is better than the original. All right, I've not seen that yet, but I'm gonna watch that. If you mean the series, both of the scales are accurate, not just the stupid analyzer thing. Fact of the day: at least 10,000 troops in British Army or police. Yeah, I read that. That did make me laugh. Bizarre, isn't it? I'm so boosted. Yeah, the Blob, 1988. That's with what's his face from Platoon. Yeah. Oh, I can't remember his bloody name now. It was well gory and very macabre. It still holds up today. Yeah, it's got the woman from Saw. Can't really remember her name now. And one of the Dylans, not Matt Dillon. It's one of the Dillon brothers, though, isn't it? Matt Dillon. It's Matt Dillon's brother, anyway. Isn't it? John Lawrence said, "Don't you ever get buzzed by the writers?" Yeah, about every 5 years. The last one was last year, November. Should I determine fat, body fat thus? Yes, maybe. Fat twat. Karen said metric is just easier, that's why. Yeah, it is easier, everything just being in 100 and then just cut into tens of that and tenths of that, isn't it? Rob said book was better as usual. Oh, the books are always better. Jinx said, "I'm back. Did anyone see Cobra Kai?" I've still not seen that yet. But I want to. Lewis said, "Thanks for showing a physical copy of Road Red." Yeah, that's good though, isn't it? Do you like that, do you? I really like it. Someone's alarm's going off. Yeah, it's quite good, isn't it? I think it's got a couple of discs in there. It was a mini series, but not based on a book. It's a Stephen King story, but not a book. Rick said Cobra Kai was cheesy as hell. Makes LaRusso look like a twat. Somebody said, "Mike, don't watch the Westworld series. It's full of sexy, naked, sexy women. You wouldn't like it." Can't wait. I'll actually start it now. Then was easy. The BBC showed The Relic the other day. It wasn't very good, to be honest. Don't think I've seen that. Kevin Dillon. Yeah, I knew it was one of the Dillons. Can't remember his. And that Shawnee Smith's the woman. I just remembered now. Shawnee Smith, the woman who's she's in The Stand. The one who meets the deaf mute bloke, Nick Andros, in the shop with the the other boy. Not the boy, he's the man, and he Tom Cullen. I've said metric makes a lot more sense. Imperial is one of those systems only people bought up on it would understand for the most part. I do like miles as a measurement there. Yeah, it's like with the money, you know, the old money, none of that makes a fucking bit of sense to me in the slightest. Fucking farthings and tuppence and all that shit literally don't mean anything to me. Wolfhawk says 62% I think of blokes in the UK are overweight. That's everyone, white, black, brown, yellow, whatever else. Yeah, exactly. That don't surprise me though, because we're just whatever America's like. About 10 years later, we're the fucking same, aren't we? So, Lewis said, "I've only ever seen the movie." Yeah. Oh, what to that? Yeah. No, there's not a book to it. That was just a Stephen King wanted to make. He said he wanted to make a really good haunted. He said no one had made a really good haunted house film for years, so he decided to do that. X8 metric system, 1 litre water, 1 kilo. Fucking French. Irishman said Halloween 4 is out here today. A lot of people talking about it. Not my cup of tea though. What? That's the new Halloween? Yeah, I'll watch that. Yeah, it's out. Yeah, is that out today then? I'm gonna watch that. I think it sounds good. Executed Willem Dafoe maybe. What was that? I don't know. Richard said, when building stuff, I find millimeters more useful than inches. Yeah, exactly, Rich, definitely. He said, I remember when The Exorcist came out, I saw it in the cinema. I nearly jumped out of my skin when the stupid cow and her mate screamed right behind me. That's right. Pete says, shows you tuppence love. X-Ray, not X-Ray, Jumbo Cell Bruce, one of the sexy ladies fully naked in the Westworld series was in Run Fat Boy Run. You know what? I've never seen that. That's can't remember his fucking name now. Mate from Hot Fuzz in it and that. I can't remember his bloody name. I've gone brain dead there. You know what he said nowadays? The Exorcist is pretty mild stuff. Some stuff said, I'm seeing Halloween on Tuesday, so no spoilers. It said, lovely ladies in Westworld. Simon Pegg, that's it. Actually, that was from Peach. Exodus is a pre-decimalization biggest rip-off ever. Things where I suggest you buy the S-Tech folding cleaver. It's a workhorse of a blade. Tell you what I'll do, Slingshot. I'll see if I can get one off of GearBest. They keep being a pain in the ass lately. Every time I ask for stuff, I send her a fucking list. She said none of it's available. So yeah, the last time I asked for stuff, I had to send a fucking list of 10 things. And I said, I don't want them all, but just hopefully some of them will be available. I don't know. No, well, all shit for free, innit? So I can't complain. Hector Zoo said, remake of the Blob, platoon actor, Sheen Defoe, maybe. Oh, right, yeah. I try to think who was in it. I remember, yeah, well, Kevin Dillon was in it. Shawnee, no, it was the woman called Shawnee Smith. I think that's her name anyway. I can't remember Sheen or Defoe in it. AJ, right, mate? He said, just got home from work, 5 p.m. Florida time, checking in the chat, and I've got a new knife on Amazon.com on my doorstep. Cold Steel Pro Light. Nice. Nice. Is that like this? Oh, man. Fucking thing to off now. This ain't one. This is a SEMA copy, but where am I? Richard says, speaking of Halloween, I'm learning the theme on the reed organ. Got most of it down. No, that'd be good. Yeah, make sure you do a video of that. Jumpside Bruce and Simon Pegg, he was in The World's End. Still not seen that. Simon, you right, mate? Yeah, I don't know. The usual. What you missed? The usual. Nothing and everything. Isaac said, what is your favourite weapon? My favourite overall weapon of everything that I like are knuckle dusters. But out of what I've got, my favourite weapon might be right now. I don't know. This knife. But no, brass knuckles, knuckle dusters. I've said there's an orange jacket hiding behind a bag, Mike. Watch out, he's behind you. Fuck's sake. There was a boost. Kevin Dillon was in Platoon in the Blob. Sheen and William, what's his face? Oh, that's what. Yeah, I was getting confused for a second then. Yeah, Kevin Dillon was the one with the shotgun, wasn't he? He had a shotgun. Because I always found that unusual. Yeah, he had a shotgun down on his back, didn't he, Kevin Dillon? And he's also the one who stamps on the bloke's head or something, isn't he? Pete said that's the tie light. This one One that looks like that. Yeah. Thinks it was in the new video. I'm in the woods. I'll watch that later. Dumpster said, as Rambo said, the mind is the best weapon. Every time someone says to me, what's your favourite weapon? I always think, oh shit, I can't say that, I can't say that. Not because it's illegal or anything, but it's technically, knife's a tool, not a weapon. Crossbow's a sporting good, not a weapon. So yeah, the only actual weapon that I like is probably a knuckle duster, because that isn't a weapon. Lewis said, is Zifeng a good knife brand? I haven't looked them up before. But I've had a $5 knife I bought from Swapman. You know what? I've never had a Zifeng knife, so I don't really know. The only knives I wouldn't recommend is Zanmax. Now, they may not all be shit, but the Zanmax that I got sent, and I've seen a load of people get them, literally fell apart. Military surplus, right, mate? Hello, Mike. Didn't see you in a while. Yeah, I've been. The streams have been a bit random lately, so they've been on and off, on and off. So, yeah. I think it was the most dangerous weapon is the human mind. Yeah, that's what Jumper Sabu said in a different way. And then military said, true. Goldfrog said, I like knives. So do I. You mean as your weapons? As your faves? Exodus said, just on knives, got that UK legal carry. Another good call. This one away, otherwise I'll keep fucking doing that. Military said, it's not a weapon that kills people, it's people that kill people. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what I've been on. I was trying to hold off for my coffee because I think just before I came on the stream, I think I'd drunk too much coffee and I was a bit fucking on edge, you know. Pissed off for no reason. And I was even going to put a warning on saying, don't act like a dick today because I'm in a bad mood. I needed to watch some comedy before I come on or something and put me in a lighter mood. You know what I mean? I think it's from watching those documentaries about them poor blokes who've been convicted of these things. The funny thing is, all these 4 documentaries, they're all about like who might have done it and that. Because within the first 15 minutes of the documentary, you know it's not them 3 fucking teenagers. You know, and they just get fucking set up basically, and like the judges and that will just refuse, even years later, refuse to say it's not them. I'm on about the West Memphis 3. If you wondered, look up the West Memphis 3. Dude, PX, right, mate? No, probably not. I don't know. Sunday I'm going to do that Sunday discussion video finally, and I've got a topic now, but I won't tell you. Oh, I'll tell you what, you lot, don't, if you ever see in your subscriptions now that thing that says premieres, so if it says Michael Weapon Collector's, not Michael, if it says Weapon Collector is doing a premiere, fucking join it, right? Because on them premieres you can do these chats like this. So I put them on about an hour before they start, right? So for an hour, we can chat like this. And then when the video starts, I'll be on the chat with you, typing, we can talk about the video. Some of you watched it, didn't you? And joined in. Things that also, my walking stick is one of my favourites. Rick said, if your government is trying to outlaw all weapons, why do you need them? Well, for the decaffeinated tea, no sugar, skimmed milk is a new hot beverage I'm drinking. I'll have to try that. I'll have to try some decaffeinated when I'm in these moods, sort of thing. It might help. I'm saying, how long are you streaming tonight? And what was the result of the streaming time pile? It'll be 9:30 to 11:30, and that was also what it'll be now, 9:30 to 11:30 every, the 2 Fridays and Saturdays. This is free. Doing 6 hours a week it was just doing my head in. I wasn't enjoying it. I enjoy it when I'm doing it, but I spend the whole week like not looking forward to it. So yeah, when it's 2 hours a night, it's not so much. It doesn't. Yeah. So I enjoyed the streams, but for some reason I dread them all through the week, thinking, "Oh, I've got to do a stream on Friday." I don't dread them. It's hard to explain, but you know. Then he said, "I watched some Dad's Army program, Dad. Yeah, still make me laugh. Yeah, I quite like them. They are funny." Irishman said, "When is the second season of Making a Murderer supposed to be out?" Soon, I think. Yeah, the West Memphis 3. Some people reckon it's probably better than Making a Murderer. Check it out. It's really good. And I think it was one of the original, like the first time they ever filmed inside a court in America. The dude Piet said, "I'm going to get some popcorn and hope someone pisses you off and you go off at them." No, don't say that. No, because it just made me bloody finish early. That's all that does. Bullfrog said, "I'm still enjoying some of these beers regardless. I'm not turning into one of them new age health freaks." Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having a drink, is there? So what about the giveaway you were talking about a few months ago? Did you do it? Yeah, I picked the winner and it was Richard Weaponsmith. If you're on about the one for the Twitch stuff, yeah. Richard Weaponsmith won that. Pete said, "How's the knife making going?" You know what? I'm not. If you mean me, I've not done anything knife related at the minute. I've been thinking about making a knife out of a pry bar though. Thinking about it though. That's all. Next said, "Would you have a look at my Bowie knife video? Give me your opinion, please." Definitely will, mate. I'll watch it after this. I saw it in my subs. As I've said, I've been enjoying streaming a lot more recently. Now I'm doing Future Perfect. Just a lot more fun to stream, I reckon. Yeah, it's fun to watch as well. I really enjoy watching that. That looks like a really fun, good game. Oh, where am I? The stream moved. Expo said decaf from 7. I'm strictly on decaf. Yeah. Grober, right, mate? That's how they say now. Numbers Hubber said, "Dreading doing streams. Like being at work, knowing you have to do eventually go home to the missus and the kids." I'll tell you what it is. I have a thing about having to do things at certain times. It instantly makes me feel restricted. Just like if you have to get up for work. For me, knowing that I have to do something at 9:30, I spend the whole day thinking, "Oh, I ain't got time to do anything because I've got to do something." Do you know what I mean? That's all it is, really. Yeah, in my head, I get this thing where, "Oh, I ain't gonna have time to do stuff now because I won't be able to film now because I've got a stream." But really, as soon as I'm on here, it's all right. You know what I mean? Just one of them weird things with me. Irishman, did you enjoy the Jinx, Mike? No, well, not seen. What's that? A film? Yeah, I'll put that on. Not seen that. Things that was to check out. Yeah, Aaron Brother. I might watch that. To be honest, I'm not really into that kind of stuff anymore. I missed that comment, Liam. What was it? Oh, someone's written underneath. Yeah. Yeah. Cheers. Yeah, get rid of that. Right, where am I? Yeah, you don't need to tell me, Liam. It's all right. Richard said, "I've got some new garden tools in that zombie green colour. I was thinking of doing the Deadly Assault zombie green weapons video." You should, because that's exactly yeah. Because they'll be crapping their pants about that, wouldn't they? You know, as soon as they see a green-handled hoe. He said, "I'm just watching the film Speed. Never seen Speed." Don said, "Saw some dude cast one on YouTube. Turned out good." Wolfram said, "I do my jog laps around the garden at the moment with a full backpack. The M4, obviously, I can't jog in public with that shit." Yeah, exactly. That sounds a good thing to do. It'll definitely keep you fit and trained, you know, fit and prepared. So we're going to make a new walk. I said, yeah. You asked me that every bloody stream, I think. Yes, I'm definitely going to make a walking stick. Definitely going to make a walking stick. I've just got to get the stuff again. You know what I mean? Irishman said, "If you like Making a Murderer, you'll like the Jinx." I've not actually watched the Making a Murderer. I've just heard that the West Memphis 3 documentaries is probably better than that. But yeah, I want to. I'm probably going to watch Making a Murderer next. You know, I watched the. Oh, actually, is the Jinx the one about the the bloke who did he kill his wife or something? Don't do a spoiler if you can help it. If that's wrong, I think I may know what the jinx is. The dude PX, you ever seen Raid of Enterby, Charles Bronson terrorist rescue? No, I've not. I've not seen that. I've heard of it though. Ellis, right, mate? John said what? Elliot, no, not Elliot. John said, does that mean the banning of all game consoles and shooting games then? They fine us over here for even dropping a fag in now. Yeah, exactly. Yes, yeah, yeah. The jinx, I do know a little bit about that story. Yeah, that is it. Yeah, and they have a secret recording of him, don't they? At the end of the series, or something like that. Or he left the mic on, didn't he, as he went out of the interview? Don't tell anyone what happens. But that's that one, isn't it? Yeah, I somehow know the end to that. I don't know how. Things like well, should get put furniture tax on the new stick. Possibly. I'll have to think about it because the thing with our stuff over here, it's got to be got to keep it as inconspicuous as possible. So the furniture may make it look more like a weapon, unless they're put in the right. You know, I may be able to think of a way to do it so it's all right. I suppose if you have it up near the handle and have them like finger grooves. Irishman said the jinx is about Robert Durst, billionaire accused of murder. Don said, God, I need a drink. Maybe get a slap down. Richard said the thing is with the bright green colour so you don't lose them in the grass, and the zombie phase just use the same colour green. Yeah, exactly. Tom said, anyone here watch Mr. Pickles? Yes, yeah, I just watched Mr. Pickles series 3 about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, fucking good last ended. Good last episode on that. I loved that last episode. I thought it was brilliant. Yeah, Mr. Pickles is very bizarre, isn't it? Like the satanic dog, isn't it? He said, if so, how can I see season 3 in the UK? It's not available on Adult Swim in the UK, and it's not on Amazon Prime. Send me an email and I'll tell you where I watched it. I don't want to write it on here. It's nothing bad, but you know what I mean. They get a bit weird by if you watch things in certain places, don't they? Irishman said the one about the murder of Sister Kathy is good too. Can't remember the name of it. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I've not watched any of the new modern. Yeah, Twitter's fine. Yeah, Twitter, WeaponCollector, Twitter. Yeah. A lot of these new documentaries that have been out over the last 10 years, I've probably not watched any of them. But I know of them. Once I've said to the dude, we'll have to watch that. I've seen a couple of Idi Amin films, though. Alice said there's a petition by an MP to stop the proposed banning of the 50 BMGs. It has a lot of MPs signing it. Have you heard of it? No, I've not. That surprises me, actually. Yeah, that's good. That's good, isn't it? That surprises me that the old politicians bother. You know. Stream still playing, or has it stopped again? Everyone went quiet for a second then. Everyone's, I suppose it was the 20-second fucking delay, wasn't it? Things what I said, did Fang, yeah, I watched that. Yeah, I thought it was quite an interesting thing. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would work. The only thing over here, you have to sort of have an excuse for everything. So you'd have to do like the thing I said with the litter picking. You'd have to say you was out litter picking. So you'd probably need a bin bag with you to carry it around legally. Dude, have they passed the latest weapons ban or is it still in Parliament? As far as I know, it's still in Parliament and not even been discussed again. But I said, managed to burn the roof of my mouth earlier. Constantly stings. I hate that. Yeah. Worst I've ever burnt my mouth is in the police station, right? When you're in the police station, they always say, do you want a cup of tea or coffee? So, yeah, normally you're hungover, dying for a drink, because all they give you is a little cup every fucking now and then. And they'll come out with this coffee. And I always tell myself, don't drink it yet, don't drink it yet, but I'm dying for it. And that is, I don't know if they put powdered milk in it, but it is like boiling fucking water. There's no cold milk been put in it to cool it down. And I remember drinking it hungover, and fuck me, that actually did burn my tongue. John said, oh, I know something that you may like. I was watching him the other day, all sorts of gadgets and films and stuff. Who was that then? What was that? Lewis said, Liam, do you have an infection? I don't know. What made you ask that, Les? No, he just meant he burnt his tongue. Burnt the roof of his mouth, sorry, not his tongue. Simon said, how'd you do that, Liam? Extra said, modding walking sticks, NHS can be kitted right out. Walking poles have tipped points, and I've set the use to, and a set I use mainly as a basher bowls. I'm expecting to get issued crutches soon. First thing sprang to mind, yeah. What I said, you could probably carry it around your backyard. Oh, definitely. Well, in your backyard, you could carry that other one you was on about. You know, your 3-pronged one. You could carry that around in your garden any time and own it. Yeah, there's nothing stopping you having spears in this country. Spears is not restricted in the slightest. You could have a 3-pronged spear, you could have a 10-pronged spear, and they could be one longer than the other in your garden. There's no restriction on spears in the slightest. Or garden, as you Brits would say. Yeah, exactly. They said, oh, imagine a walking stick with a gun. Yeah, that used to, well, they were real things. One of my friends years ago had a 2-2. His dad had one, and his dad died and had to give all his stuff up. But yeah, 2-2 walking stick gun. John said, ate the police station coffee, it tastes shit. Exactly. Rob said, the all-day breakfast and the hot tea in the cop shops, like, I know, I've had a few. Yeah. Yeah, that'll. One of my brothers experienced the all-day breakfast recently. Yeah, said you had something about burning your mouth. Diamond said, so you burnt your tongue and you got charged with assault on a police officer when you spat it out at him. Yeah. Well, the police cells have been there quite a few times. The microwave meal sucked it, so basically the coffee's luxury in comparison. Yeah, yeah, the old food is now, you know, a weird little fucking tray thing, plastic thing you get it in. I've said to Simon, microwaved some mince pies. They're at a good temperature. One I suppose in the yacht section. I don't mind like the Alan Partridge sketch where he gets the apple turnover out, or the apple pie, whatever it is, at the thing, at the microwave in the garage. So you should have waited till Christmas then, Leon. Alice said, how did your ad experiment go? You know what? It never worked. It never come about. They never, it's never been recognised. So, yeah. What I was hoping was that maybe the music wasn't long enough. I was hoping that music would get copyrighted and then the video would get shared more, but it's never been copyrighted. So unless I report it myself or something. Then as he said to Rob, I had one of those once. It was so bad I could have coughed the buggers with the sausage and escaped. John said, yeah, got it for you. Pick up taser boots. Taser boots, that's sake. One from said, I remember the blue gym mat, yeah, looking thing, shut to sleep on overnight in the cells, not get a wink of sleep. You're better off sleeping on the floor. Yeah, because you also didn't have a hugging pillow, which made it worse. Or sometimes you'd have a little square pillow, but it wasn't good enough, was it? Richard said, if you're talking about injuries, got bloody electrocuted 2 times this week. My hand felt like it was hit with a hammer. Like I say, yeah, I've never been electrocuted. Well, apart from electric fences, I've never had like a proper electric shock. Rob said, McDonald's apple pies are nuked to fuck. Things that I should ever thought about getting an axe. Yeah, I've got axes, but not like a proper, you know, decent thing. Extra said to Lewis, not far-fetched, only breach needs to withstand Intel cartridge. Shell discharge barrel can be much weaker material. Crawford said, who here has spent at least one night in the cells? Probably quite a few, I'd imagine. Andrew said, can you set up a weapons trust in the UK? In the US, it can be used to avoid bans when grandfathering weapons get seized when someone dies. I don't know. That's a good idea, though, isn't it? Yeah. I've never even heard of that, though. Think you ever made a candle? Yeah, don't think so. Irishman said, I thought we weren't allowed to talk about food here. I was talking about food. I want the apple fucking. Yeah, it always comes back to food eventually. If it gets too much, I'll do my warning. I think, no, saying that though, Pete, I think I have tried to make a candle before. If you mean an actual candle. Rob said that you should. Oh, could have been there long enough. Fish, tea. Actually, I said the bullfrog 1 or 2, mate. Or I said you can buy a taser flashlight here in the state. Yeah, I've seen them. Alice said you should get a Grandfor's rucksacks. Or I said my brothers did time in American prisons. Where am I? It's moved. Irishman said you could get anything in the States. Yeah, exactly. So being in the cell fucking sucks. Claustrophobia sets in and you can't sleep from the drunkard it's at. Well, the worst thing for me was always waking up in a cell, but like waking up before I've opened my eyes, really badly hungover, and saying to myself, did I get arrested last night? Please say that I didn't get arrested and that was all a dream. And I open my eyes and I am in a fucking police station. That's the worst one for me. Pete said, I've just got a mid-size axe from B&Q, sharpened it, sanded and burned, and oiled the handle. I'll send you a pic. Yeah, it's best to stay away from certain things on here, you know what I mean? Just in case it attracts, you know, certain people watching. Because I also know this, we do sometimes also have police watching these streams. I know that for a fact, because some of them actually comment. Bullfrog said that was years ago. There are now no police around here due to the 21,000 police cut by Theresa May. So spending the night in the local police station is unlikely. Crims do as they please around here. Fucking knows to start this shit. Everyone suddenly stopped talking now that I said the police watch these streams. Or has the stream stopped again? Rob said, I hate being in a police cell and stress heads kicking the door forever and screaming inside, getting head down to sleep, twats. Yeah, I ever tell you about the time when I think me, Malk, and 2 of our mates got arrested, they couldn't even take us to our local police station. They had to take us to another one. And while we was in there, that police station was so fucking packed that they was actually having to put you in pairs in cells, which is very unusual. So if you actually went in there with someone you knew, they actually put you in together. I've only ever known that to happen once before. So anyway, that's how packed the police station was. All you could hear was bang, 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 and this woman constantly screaming for fucking hours, and it was driving us up the wall. And everyone else was going sort of mental, and then we was getting pissed off, so we started joining in because we was, you know, I was only about 18 at the time. Started joining in, and in the end, the policeman got so pissed off, he opened the fucking thing, had a proper go at us. Even probably it was either, I'm sure he threatened to break my fingers if I kept pressing the button. and or keep banging on. No, that must have been when I was in the prison anyway. Anyway, told us to stop it and then told us why she was doing it. And he said that she was pissed out of her face driving along and had run a pregnant woman over, and had probably, well, I don't know what she'd done, if she'd killed the woman or the baby, but yeah, she'd run a pregnant woman over, and that's why she was screaming and going mental constantly, because she realised what she'd done. Yeah. John said my mate had a full body search once. He unfortunately farted. Lol. I've never had that. I know people who have had it done. Fuck that. I don't want that happening. Things that were said you can buy some really light, tough camp axes. They said, how do you get rid of roaches that are in between the roof and ceiling? I hear there's plastic wrapping sound, and I know there's roaches. To be honest, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you'd get rid of that. I don't think I've ever even seen a cockroach in real life, you know. Not a wild cockroach, anyway. Tony said, how many of you guys really believe they are listening? Oh, what? No, I know definitely that the police actually watch these streams, because they've been commenters and actually said and told me later that they are police. I know of 2 ex-police that watch, and at least 2 that actually was police at the time when they watched. Yeah, you know. But it's just what, you know, it's always best to not say dodgy things anyway, isn't it? You wouldn't say it if you was out in the street, you wouldn't say it in front of someone, would you? You know what I mean? Because it might sound weird. So that's how I like to do these streams. If you wouldn't say it in front of some stranger in a pub or a shop, don't say it on the air. You know what I mean? Because it's not private. This ain't private. It goes live afterwards and anyone can watch it after. It's just to keep ourselves safe, really. Rob said, we had it once when Newcastle played and we moved to the outskirts of Newcastle and forgot us. We didn't get up in court for 4 days. Fuck's sake. And listen, I love the upbeat stories you tell. I said a friend of mine was arrested and the smart ass copper kept turning the lights off in his cell when my mate took a shit on the floor. He said he couldn't find the toilet in the dark. Fuck's sake. Weapons said upbeat story for me today, Mike. I was driving home and there was a bloody car going at a snail's pace in front, blocking the entire road. I almost tooted him. So a minute later he was following a hearse. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, that good job you didn't. Fucking hell. Imagine. Yeah. I just imagine that as well. Sam said, we don't need big cockroach. We don't have a big cockroach problem here in the UK. Shit, you not. I've only ever seen cockroaches in zoos. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think we do over here, do we? You get them in some of the really disgusting restaurants, don't you? But I don't think you get like houses infested with them, do you? Not in your normal sort of areas. You might in the real shit tip areas. Next we said to Tony, would it be too much to think they are phone tapping, etc., as to watching YouTube videos? Most definitely. Well, I said, you ever thought about exploring the underground tunnels beneath you? It's finding out to get in them first, mate. I might be up for that, but I've got to find one to get in first. Wolfrog said, police are arresting you for granny bashing and snail abuse, Mike. Well, I've never done either of them. Callum said, just sent a picture. Oh, that's what that notification was. I wondered what that was. Things that were said, you should try Gab, Callum. What's Gab? Oh, and Tony, you're nicked. Thing is, if we're all just being law-abiding, good citizens like we all are, doesn't matter who watches the stream, does it? That's the point. None of us are actually doing anything criminal, so let whoever wants watch. You know, we're not discussing anything dodgy. We're not, you know, so anyone can watch and anyone can join in. You know, that's it, isn't it? I don't care who watches and joins in because none of us are doing anything bad. So, weapons officer, yeah, climate is not ideal for roaches here. When I fed them to my scorpion, I had to keep the container warm. Oh, right, that's, yeah, I never thought of that. That must be what it is then. Yeah. I suppose the restaurant's always probably quite hot anyway. I missed your comment then. That was lucky I looked at that. Richard said, yeah, best not say something that could incriminate yourself. Anyone could be watching. Yeah, yeah. Even though none of us are doing anything bad, you know. But that's why 90% of what people put on here is totally acceptable. But I don't want it being interpreted, you know, in a certain way later on or something, you know. Yeah, we used against someone when it's not even what it looks like. Right, where am I? Things like I said, Gab is better than Twitter. Oh, right, that's what Gab is. The dude PX said, if you had the opportunity to move anywhere else in the UK, where would you live? Assuming you have to move. Do you know what? I think the only places I could think of, well, I think it'd be America or Canada, I think. If not anywhere in the UK. If I had to move, you know, I'd move to somewhere else in the UK. Yeah, Canada sounds quite good. Nice and close to America, so you can go over there easily. Yeah, that's just off the top of my head without having a big think about it. Lewis said, would you mind recording your scorpion being fed? That's to Liam. He said, when my mother worked in old folks' home, one of the old ones there died. We got the doctor in who signed the death certificate. We got the undertaker round. The undertaker was just measuring up when the fella suddenly screamed and sat up. He'd had a catatonic fit. Undertaker dropped dead of heart failure on the spot. True story. Fucking hell. Yeah. That's amazing, isn't it? Good job the old boy woke up, wasn't it? But then a shame he killed the fucking Undertaker. Things like where I said, get a tunnel map from your library. Yeah. I don't know, I'll be honest with you, I don't know how many tunnels there would be around where I live, because I live in a sort of more rural area. And I'm pretty sure if there was a lot around where I live, I'd know about them. I fucking knows this thing again. And listen, I used to have a scorpion, it died, didn't decay for a week. Spooky. Yeah, strange, isn't it? DJ said I went exploring underground tunnels, security for us up. Diamond said, can you message on Twitter? And he made it to follow my mate. Yeah, I should be able to. Yeah, you can message on Twitter, yeah. Yeah. Things like I said, I'd welcome you, bro. Come to America. GPX, where would you move in the UK? Scotland, Wales? It would probably be some, if I had to, and if I had to, it would be, because I was trying to get away from stuff, it would probably be some rural part of Scotland or rural part of Wales, I suppose, yeah. Either of those would be fine. Obviously, Wales would be closer. As I said, there's a video on my channel of it eating a roach that died last year, if I remember. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought I couldn't remember you mentioning that like recently. X-Ray Zulu, I've never seen or heard you talk about anything criminal. In fact, you advocate strict following of rules. A good heads up on any changes, good stuff. Cheers, mate. Good, glad someone pointed it out. And Gab is supposed to be free speech alternative. All right, yeah, I get you. A bit like BitChute is to YouTube. John said, what's your take on hunting? I like fishing, but hunting in the UK is frowned upon. I don't think there's anything proper hunting where you're hunting to feed yourself and that, you know. Yeah, I like, you know, I've done hunting and yeah, nothing wrong with it. It's good thing, isn't it? You know. Yeah, it's an acceptable thing to do. But I know what you mean though. Yeah, it's especially on like things like YouTube. See, if I went hunting and skinned a rabbit, I wouldn't want to put it on YouTube because I'd assume people would flag it in that, you know. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I've been known to shoot game, skin it, keep the skins, preserve the skins, and even sell the skins, cook the meat. Yeah. Weapons I've said to Ellis, probably because a lot of it's an armoured exoskeleton, squishy stuff can rot inside the shell. Yeah. John said that underground tunnel thing sounds mad. Richard said it's one of the reasons I wrote that description in the test video of the Kevlar, so it can't be taken out of context. Yeah, funny thing is, Rich, I noticed that straight away, and I thought to myself, good, he's done the right thing there. As you want that on them, because that's exactly what they did to George, didn't they? George Spraff. Wolfrock said, I've got a dead scorpion in a box I bought from Bangkok, Thailand last year. Still not rotten. Ace and sorcery, most likely. Yeah, exactly. Ellie said the weapon and stuff. Yeah, we'd call it tier 100. Cheers for the information. It's a Scotland, smaller population than the whole of London. Well, that's a place to go then, isn't it? You can always move to one of the islands off your coast. Well, that's the other thing I was going to say. Yeah. If it wasn't mainland UK, it would be possibly, some of the smaller areas just off of it. They're not easy. So I was hoping Scotland would get its independence, and if something naughty, I could made a run for the border. Yeah, nice one. Don said, yeah, I was researching. They said they don't allow bow hunting in the UK, but it's allowed in America. Yeah. Kern said, would you move to the trailer park? A trailer park nose question? Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely. Yeah, hang out with the trailer park boys. Richard said, when I shoot pigeons, I always cook and eat them. No sporting wasting good food. No, exactly. I love a bit of pigeon. It's lovely. Actually said, hunting laws, I find them hypocritical. Build estates, roads, shopping centres at an alarming rate, taking wildlife home, basically, yeah. And he said, I fancy the Isle of Man if I had to move. Dude, Piep said, Mike, the newest trailer park. I'd like that, yeah. I don't know about smoking all that marijuana. I'd have to be like Julian, just drinking. He smokes a little bit, doesn't he? But he mainly drinks, don't he? John said, what gun would you recommend for game hunting? Just anything full power, really. I mean, anything you're comfortable with, anything in your price range. Even 2 to a 177 is a different, that's down to you. But yeah, I'll use my also all depends what you've got. If you've got a shotgun license or a 410, but I'll use a BSA Lightning, which is that there in that case there, the gun bag. Tom said we can move to Australia without a visa, right? The Queen owns it or some shit. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Like Australia, every fucking thing is out to kill you and fuck you over. Even kangaroos can disembowel you. Well, Australia would have been on my list of places to go, but it's too far away. It's too fucking hot, and yeah, everything's out to kill you. So Australia's probably not. Things that works with hunting laws, I like serfdom. What's serfdom, mate? Dude, pot is now legal in Canada as of a few days ago. Yeah, I know, yeah. I saw someone was doing a map of Canada the other day. Said, here's a map of Canada. It's just a great big smoke cloud over Canada. Sometimes it depends on the game. Yeah, I suppose you're right there. Yeah, it all depends what. Yeah. Small game air rifle, but yeah, shotguns and that is perfect for. 410 is good for everything. To a degree, up to certain sizes. Next, I said gun for hunting. I'd go simply double barrel shotgun, from slug to red shot, multiple game options. Yeah, that's if you've got a license, isn't it? You can have an air rifle anytime, can't you? Wolfrock said, I was in the Highlands in August. I think I said about it. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Why not? That was just when I first started doing the game streams, wasn't it? That was when you went up there for a bit with your family, didn't you? Beautiful scenery, but actually no crime in the villages, no multiculturalism, no freaks, no problems, very cheap housing. Things like I said, you don't know your own history. So I've never ever heard the word serfdom in my entire life. Slingshot. Serfdom. I've never ever even seen that word written down before. Serfdom. Yeah, I've never heard of that. I'll tell you what, though. Yeah, if it was Middle Ages, that was the one thing I'd. Serfdom is the status of many peasants. Serfdom is the status of many peasants under feudalism, specifically relating to manorialism. It was a condition of debt bondage in the high Middle Ages in Europe. Problem, yeah, thing is, when I was in school, I found Middle Ages stuff extremely boring, so I never really learnt about it. Yeah, Middle Ages stuff, most Middle Ages and stuff to do with taxes, I found that really boring when I was in school, so I literally didn't learn any of it. You know, Middle Age fucking taxes and all that. Just what do you actually need to know that for, really? You know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with knowing it, but oh yeah, well, if it was peasant stuff, yeah, you know about peasantry, yeah. Serfdom, I've never ever heard the word serfdom ever in my entire life. Peasantry and peasants, 100%, yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, I suppose that may have just been different words in different countries and so yeah. Peasantry and all that, yeah, I know all about that, but I've never ever heard the word serfdom ever been used. Seems what Warrior said. No, not yeah. Weapons. I said we tend to use the word peasant rather than serf here. Yeah. Well, in that case, I do know a bit about peasants and peasantry and stuff like that. Yeah, I've just never heard it called serf or serfdom. Simon said the Canadians have a similar sense of humour to us. I say arse and mum and similar words. I think I'd get on great with Canadians. I think so too. I think that they are very similar to us. Don said, yeah, shotgun would be cool, but may cause too much clotting. I don't know. You can shoot. I've eaten pheasants that have been shot with shotguns. It's fine. You have to spit out a few bloody pellets every now and then. Weapons I've said, went to Scotland in 2014, was lovely, clean air, lovely views. Richard said, I think a 12 gauge would take any land animal with the right type of ammo. Yeah, I think so. Tom said, I heard on Time Team and some shit that Saxon mean men of knife. You come to mind. Yeah, no, I must be Saxon then. Anglo-Saxon. Or during the Middle Ages, peasants were forbidden to hunt for food. Yeah, well, that I know. It's just I'd never ever heard serfdom or serf. Yeah, that must be an American term for it, or an old term I've never heard. But I've never ever heard the word serf or serfdom. But yeah, I know about peasants and peasants being taxed and not allowed to do this, not allowed to do that. And yeah. Where am I? I've said, need the taxes much for the pike and plate production. Yeah. Lewis said, gonna get something to eat. Not sharp again before you shut down. See you in a bit, then if you're back on, mate. Both of the middle aged, well, unfortunate. You will be middle aged in 7-8 years, Mike. And I'll be 30 in 3 years. Well, life expectancies are a lot higher now, aren't they? I reckon middle age for somebody of my age now could potentially be 50, you know. And then if you live in a different place or a different fucking culture, you know, I've heard that there are some groups in this country whose life expectancy is 60. So they'd be middle aged at 30. You know, that's terrible, isn't it? Someone in this country has a life expectancy of 60. Right, where am I? Actually, Mike knows all about peasantry and about peasantry. Yeah, exactly. John said, yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, it looks more fun too. Seems like Canada is just as bad as our country almost. Simon said, I went to the tip and saw a big pheasant running around. I was nice enough to guide it out. Didn't feel like getting done for poaching. What I said, it's a historical term. Yeah. I think all I meant, and maybe Liam meant, is maybe that's more of an American term. Because yeah. I've never heard of it. Never ever heard the word surf or surfing. Warrior, Dreadnought Z says, God, you're happy today, aren't you? Lol. And stuff said, when I think of serfs, I tend to think of East Europe, as Russia still had serfs until the Communist Revolution. See you later, Alice. I'll be on tomorrow, mate. Sam said, yeah, it's been predicted that the first person to live to 150 was born in 2010. Well, that's what I mean. If people born in the 1920s are living to their hundreds now, someone born in the 1980s, you know, is going to live that long easily, ain't they? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's amazing, really, isn't it? Right, where am I? John said, yeah, I saw one of those once in my back garden, but the time went out there. It had gone. Never seen one again. And it's his life expectancy of 60. Oh, what a joy. That's made my day. Not, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, some people in this country have life expectancy at that age. Weapons List said, in plain English, Mike, a serf was a peasant who was essentially a slave who toiled in fields. But in the UK, we rarely call them serfs. We just call them peasants when referring to the medieval period. Yeah. Well, that I know. Yeah, that I do know, and that makes 100% sense to me. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, serfs served them, taking the work as repayment for debt or as payment for living on the land, kind of slave. Yeah. Daryl, right, mate. Wasn't Noah like 800 years old when he built the ark? And that was like 1,000 years ago. Oh, maybe we're living in the wrong fucking times then, aren't we? Yeah, we'd have lived. How long ago would that have been? 2,000 years ago, wasn't it? Or was that before Jesus, Noah? If we'd have lived then, we could live to 800. What a life, right? Mum said the world is changing fast. My dad was born in the 50s and my grandfather during the war. And shit, wartime Britain. I can only imagine. Yeah, different world, wasn't it? Probably better though. Better in its own way, because although we've got better technology in that technology we've got has made the world a very funny place, the internet, and it, with the way information can be spread and all false information that people fucking believe, and you know, no end of bullshit floating around constantly that people believe. John said, look forward to monthly fishing trips. Counted the retirement at 6. Oh, yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah, you got to work till you're 600 years old, Daryl, didn't you? As Peter just pointed out. Yeah, I don't want to be working until I'm 600. Well, I don't work at all, but but yeah, you lot don't want to be working until you're 600. No, I do work. I'm doing my job right now. Old Testament is the Jewish pre-Jesus stuff, Mike. So 2,000 years ago is Jesus, hence BC, AD being Oh yeah, no, I know that. I couldn't think when Noah was about, because I don't really, Now I know, yeah, BC and AD, but no, I just couldn't. I don't know what. I didn't know Noah was in the Old Testament. You know what I mean, as I say, I don't really follow a lot of religious stuff. I don't know what Noah's in. John said there's a load of bullshit on the internet. Yeah, don't we, mate? I said Moses and Noah's Old Testament pre-Jesus stuff. Said no religion. That Darry brought that up. Richard said they reckon the ark was actually big enough to fit 2 of every animal. Whoever wrote the Bible was good at maths, lol. Yeah, you got to watch that Ricky Gervais thing. Yeah. I think the art could probably fit about 50 animals on, couldn't it? The Dude PX, people in the UK lived actually healthier during World War II. Rations meant people ate more veg, less fat. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Less sugar being the most important thing, yeah. He said there never was a Jew called Jesus. Jesus is a Hispanic name. Correct name was Joshua, apparently. Bullfrog said Mike is acceptably phobic of religion and politics, just so newcomers know, except weapon-related stuff. He makes exceptions for that. I don't understand that sentence after it. Just so newcomers know, except weapon-related stuff. He makes it. Oh, yeah. News. Weapon news. That's different, isn't it? Actually said tax and living longer. We're now a Christian country. The government has decided there's an afterlife and reincarnation. So from 2021, we'll pay twice as much tax on everything. Simon said the Richard, there's a crazy Christian who has built a real ark. So who's laughing now? Doesn't work and never will with the structural plans and has made the best modern technology. Actually said, listen to the Taxman by the Beatles, so too. John said, did you know pyramids were made in the shape to withstand earthquakes? I did not know that. Right, no more religion. I've had enough of that crap. Otherwise I'll have to start deleting comments. Simon said the Ark has turned into a museum. There's some weird shit on it. I shit on has dinosaurs on it. Irishman said if the pyramids were that shape, they wouldn't be called pyramids. Just confusing me now. CD Rat Drums and me too. Yeah, getting to the stage I don't know what after you're talking about anymore. What was the last conversation we had before fucking serfdom and Noah? Change the subject quick. I'll have to get the fucking thing out in a minute. Cummings. The warning signal's coming out. Or will I have to do it? Yeah. I said, what's the difference between an oblong and a rectangle? At primary school, they called them oblongs. Never heard that term after that. That's strange, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Tom said you should ride to the gates of Valhalla. Shining Chrome V8. John said, yeah, don't want any mad radicals on here. Hey, he's brought it up again. That's enough now. Spartan said literally no one visits the art museum. It's stupid to have dinosaurs on such a boat with no ventilation. Wolfram said that beard is proper Jesus beard though, Mike. Maybe you could make some extra cash being Buddy Jesus pulling magic tricks outside local Asda. Could do. Too far away from me though. This ain't no Jesus beard, I tell you. So I've got to come down here for that. CJ said I can't keep up with the subjects. I'm saying no more religious shit. I don't want to start out. Right, I got to do it then. Yeah, here's your warning. It's your first warning, and then you start getting put in time out. Players.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Missed half of it. Fucking volume was turned off. Rodney Clark said, Googling oblong, the shape that comes is stretched oval. Very strange. Oblong. Yeah, I have to look that up myself now. You said that. Oblong. I know what I think it is.
Here's the definition of oblong. A rectangular object or flat figure with unequal adjacent sides.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, like an egg that don't get fatter at the bottom. I've no idea if you'll be able to see this. Probably won't. Just a fucking white screen like usual. John said, may get some port later. Nice. You know what? I've not drunk port for years. I do like a bit of port. Port and sherry. Quite nice drinks they are. When I said you've seen the new NPC meme, I find it very funny how much it upsets some people. Yes, I have actually seen that. Yeah, I do like that one. Yeah. Richard said, I remember that test of the bow in the obs. I don't know what that says. Obesity. Don't say that. To marry the African Queen of Ifika and none of the suitors could shoot it. I would like to have a go at it. Wolfhawk said Mike sat nav to guide him to the local shop like Moses leading his people to the promised corner shop. As I said, my great granddad offers me port. We'll see him tomorrow, but I work weekends now. Shane. That's pity, yeah. Irishman said, anybody watch Mr. Mercedes? I've read the books, all of the Mr. Mercedes books, and they are really good. And I've heard that the Mr. Mercedes series are good. They look good, and I would watch them. Simon said, port and a cigar round here. It's Carling and Sterling. Yeah, and a Sterling. Robins, I said, I find it insane, though, that apparently 75% of people don't have internal monologues, etc. Yeah. And not he said, that white screen, they're here. Yeah, it's every fucking time as well, isn't it? Oh, Glow in the Dark's on. It's been on for a while. You're right. There's a name we ain't heard for a while. We have been wondering about you. Jinx Warrior's back as well. John said, no, read Mr. Mongolia. Yeah, Mr. Mercedes is actually really good. There's 3 books to it. And there's another book that is an unofficial sequel, and when you first read this book, you would have no idea it's got anything to do with Mr. Mercedes, and halfway through into it, it has. I won't tell you what one, though, because I don't suppose you read. Do you read Stephen King books? Stephen King has come up about 3 times in my life today, so just then, someone mentioning that, and on that documentary, that West of Memphis, he was quoting Stephen King on there. He read Stephen King while he was in prison. Things that I said I had to drop a link on another video. Simon said, I find it weird that 75 people don't talk to their dead fathers like in Dexter. Outdoor addiction, right, mate? He said, have you added any more fixed blade knives to your collection? Not recently. I'm getting one though soon. I might as well spoil it for you all. I'm getting a I think it's a HX Outdoors Mora type knife. So it's like a Mora, but it's got the flint and steel in the handle as well. It looks quite good. I've said, watched In the Mouth of Madness again yesterday. Brilliant film, but I haven't seen it in years. I've not seen it in years. They're quite good doing it. It's one of it's a bit it's a bit different to John Carpenter's other films, isn't it? It's one of his more sort of unusual ones, like more normal sort of ones. Still mad, but you know what I mean. Not quite as culty as some of the others, if that makes sense. Irishman said, I detest Stephen King. Well, Mr. Mercedes is Stephen King. Bullfrog said, okay, 7 beers down, now stopping due to protect your fat game. Damn, I'm turning into a bloody health freak. Help. Have another one, mate. Have another. Things up said, I can shave with this cleaver. Do a video. Robinson said, do you read Sutter Kane? How do I know that name? I recognise that. No, I've never read them. I recognise the name though. He said, have you seen the Shrade Bowie? It looks okay for the price. No, not properly as far as I'm aware. I ain't had a proper look at it. Oh, that is from that then. Yeah, sorry, Liam. I suspected it might have been from that. And I knew knowing me, I'd yeah. I always do that. Right, where am I? He said, have you glow in the dark? He said, I don't know if you read, but if you do a great book called Forgotten Highland, it's like Japanese POW, really good. Oh, I'll check that out. Richard said, I need to do that polycarbonate shield, just remembered. Counted, I got Fisker's knife, looked like a Mora, that has a hollow handle in his market for gardeners. He's not why I said, I will, bro, just the movie Wolves. All right. I said, because it's the Stephen King author in the film I just mentioned. Like so. I thought to myself, I know that name, and you know me. You do quotes from my favourite films, and I can't remember what it's bloody from. He said, have you seen Solomon Kane? It's a fun movie, not quite like the stories there. No, I'm not 100% aware of the Solomon Kane story either. I'm vaguely aware of it though. But I've never seen any films about it as far as I'm aware. Or am I thinking of Solomon Grundy? Richard said, some stainless steels are better than high carbon steels. Yeah, Conan's good. What, Conan the Barbarian? Yeah. The original one, brilliant film. Callum said, but not the cheap ones. Yeah, I was trying to think what that knife is, but it's like a Mora knife. All black, got the black sheath, but it's also got a ferro rod in the handle. I'm getting one of them soon. Who was it who asked about the fixed blades? Yeah. I've not been getting, to be honest, most of the knives I've been getting lately have all been legal carries. I've been trying, unless there was ones I couldn't pick. If I had the option to pick, I've always been trying to lately get legal carry knives. You know, a nice collection of them now. Because also I'm less likely to sell them. I would never sell legal carry knives because they're just handy to have. So it's nice to have a selection of them. But some of the lock knives and fixed blades, I get tempted to sell them because sometimes there's not a lot you can do with them. If you've got one good fixed blade for something, you don't need them anymore. I don't think it's in here. I was going to say, what about? No, it's not in. Change my drawer to sort out my air rifle drawer to just purely air rifle stuff now, nothing else. But apart from this, it just happens to be in there. Well, there's one for Slingshot Warrior there. And another one. Actually, if I put that on backwards, that might actually show up right. What about that way? Upside down. That's right. Can't fucking win. Where am I? Irishman said, I want to watch the new TV series Nightfall about Templar Crusaders. I said, I like the Justice League. Yeah, both of them, Nightfall and Justice League. I've not seen either of them. Richard said, would love a nickel steel sword, but would cost a fortune to make. Yeah, I bet it would. Also, I'm taking my brother for driving lessons tomorrow. Not sure if I'm the best person for this. Someone must remind me of the entire highway code. Yeah, you better get the fucking book out. Just whack that in front of him while you sit next to him. Callum said, I got the Boca SOCOM fiction folder. Take a look. Did you? I never looked at that picture, did I? You sent me. I got bloody distracted. What's Twitter? Barton said, Nightfall is great. Just seen the first series, looking forward to the second series. Then as he said to Callum, Bowie didn't design his knife to process wood anyway. Process people, yes. Yeah, Bowie knife was always a fighting knife, wasn't it? Or a self-defense knife, I suppose. I said, awesome. Irishman said, Spartan, have you seen The Bastard Executioner? Perhaps it looks like Fanny. Simon said, meant to ask, want to get a good talk to my mum for a car, one with a strobe effect in someone tries out. Any suggestions? Oh, that was your axe you were showing me, wasn't it? Nice. It's a nice white screen for you. I don't know, Simon. It all depends what kind of money you want to spend. I like the through nights. I'll tell you one that I did always think was good. Was it A Tactical? What did they change their name to? Look up A Tactical flashlights. There was A Tactical, but then they changed their name, I think. If you can find the A Tactical ones, they're as good as the through nights, but they're half the price. And in fact, I think they are through night torches, just sold under a different name. But they're like half the price of the through nights. Aren't that expensive anyway? They're about 30 quid. But the A Tacticals you'll get for 15. But yeah, there's loads you can get in there. Callum said, true, but we are not going to process people with our bowies. Lol, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Our bows are strictly for whittling and display purposes. Callum said, Olight's good, but I don't know. The Olights I got sent was fucking, even the little one was like 60 quid. And as I've said, those ones that are like 6 quid on Amazon are very good for the money, which can zoom. Can they strobe though? That's the only thing. I think he wanted it to strobe. Pocket full, you right, mate? You're off in a minute. Rob said, what do you think of the flashlights that are like broad cans of what? Yeah, I have seen them. But that fucking fat. I don't know. I bet they're powerful as fuck, but he wants to hold a bloody torch that's that fucking fat. If that's the ones you meant, yeah, I wouldn't want a fucking torch out. The mag lights are just like at the limit. And just like to collect things myself. I think it allows a lousy knife for camping tasks, but yeah, they're not really the right kind of shape or size for it, is it? Like it's too, I know what you mean, because like you said, it's not designed for that. As I said, yeah, they can strobe. Oh, nice, that's good. Well, sorry, I've been away for quite a while. You may recall I was in hospital weeks ago on the recovery now. I do remember you saying now, mate. No, well, I'm glad you're recovering. He said, night, Mike, all popping out to McDonald's. Yeah, he's brought up. All right, write that down, everyone. CJ mentioned food 5 minutes before the end. So I'm writing these down, see who the perpetrators are. So today it was CJ. Bob said pointless. What time do you on now then, mate? 2 hours rather than yeah. 9, not half 9 to half 11, 2 hours. John said, you've seen the old potato cannon? Yeah, I've seen them, the old potato cannons, yeah. Things like, what about torches with the strobe feature? Someone was asking, he wanted to know any cheap I'm joking, CJ, don't I? What was I saying? Someone, Slingshot Warrior, someone was asking about, it was Simon, wasn't it? He wanted a cheap torch with a strobe effect. He didn't say cheap, actually. He just said, anyone got any opinions? And what ones? A tactical, through night, light. I think you'd want something simple, though, really. You want something just, you know, one button or something. Yeah, it all depends, doesn't it? But one button's just easier to use, isn't it? Hopefully, I banned myself from McDonald's and KFC. Hopefully, what's the thin red thing behind your jacket? There. It's my nice red shirt I bought. That's just where my overcoat's here at the minute. So I was wearing it the other day. Yeah, I'll put it on. I can see how smart. I see how smart I can look sometimes. I even got a fucking shirt underneath. Right, where was I? Yeah, this ain't hanging up basically. Wolford said, New Age health freak. I imagine I'll be brainwashed by yoga movement next. Rich said, Mike, got to go. Make a naughty list to see you keep bringing the food up. Definitely. You write them down, Rich, and we'll keep a list. Me, you, Liam, and anyone else paying attention. I'll tell you what, Bullfrog, I think this is actually the exact same, like, cut that Trump wears as well. Hungry Mike Trump. Yeah, and then how much that shows. Look at that lovely inside of that as well. Yeah, it's not hanging up. I was wearing it the other day. Yeah, I got my Doc Martens down there. All right, where am I? Simon said, if it's decent to keep one safe, then I don't mind saving up. One button would be good in an emergency. I'll tell you what, Simon, you can always have a look through my channel, see what you can find. Just put torches in the search thing or flashlights. You should see quite a few on there. Things where strobe lights can disorientate attacker, and a friend of mine has one. Yeah, I've got loads of strobe flashlights. Oh, said Mike Trump. I just want to say you look like a teddy boy, Mike. Yeah, good jacket, isn't it? I like that. Bob said, Mike, you need Doc Martens with your Crombie. Yeah, I've got my old steel toe cap down there. Simon said, put your court clothes on. I said, orange man bad. I said, bye guys, got to go. See you later, Slingshot. Margaret Folsom, king of the catwalk. You know what he said? Is that jacket part of your going to court suit? Yeah, well, my going to court suit's actually in there, in that thing up there. That's me going out jacket, that one. But that would go with it, yeah. But that jacket gets worn a bit more than the suit. The suit only gets worn for, yeah, about 3 different things. I said, yeah, I'll have a look through your videos. You know, it might help if you just go into that bit in the corner where the search thing is, put in flashlights, and you should come up with quite a few. You may see something there you like look of, the right size, you know. Weapons Life said, was that Mike Serratu? I'd say. What, Nosferatu? Yeah, fucking hell. I didn't look that bad. Fucking hell. I know I'm pale, but I ain't that bloody pale. Paul says, short and sweet from me, mate. Good chat. Take care, mate. Yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Both of us, hopefully. Anyway, hopefully speak to you tomorrow. Don't overdose on coffee, or you end up like that dude from the Star Wars films. So, yeah, I knew what you meant, Liam. Nosferatu. Yeah. Just need a cake with it. I knew you meant Nosferatu. Callum said, if you get any more tools with wooden handles, I really do recommend burning an oil of them. Looks great. I've tried that once before on something. Oh, I'll tell you what, I did it a little bit on my walking stick, but not enough to notice. Something that can go in a door pocket or simple or bright. Yeah, you know, quite a few things. Here's one. This would probably be a bit overkill. See this? Decent little size, not massive. Charges with a wire, has a battery with it. That is powerful. And what do you strobe it? Hold it down. You hold the button down to strobe. Bob said 3 different things: magistrate's court, magistrate's crown, and probation. Yeah, you got me figured. Right, that's it. We'll call it a night now. He said, I thought you said Nosferatu for a second there. I thought you were talking about food. We finally got to you. Fuck's sake. Right. I've said you can also get a good glass breaker emergency thing. Yeah, that's a good one. Yes. Yeah. That might be a good way to go. Might have to talk about that tomorrow. All right. See you later, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow about 9:30. Yeah. Just let everyone say see you later. I might do an EDC video tomorrow, and I'll probably do that premiere thing so that we can chat before it comes on. So look out for that. If you see it saying I'm doing a premiere, join them and we can chat in it then. Quite a few of you joined in yesterday. Yeah, it's like a live chat, but instead of me being on camera, I'm in the chat as well typing. Right, so see you later. CJ, Rob, Callum, Dead Not Z, Liam, Simon, Richard, Bullfrog, John, Irishman, Callum, everyone. Sorry if I missed anyone. See you all later. It's just like to back away from the thing now. I'll turn it off first. See you all later.